Alright, let's have a look. We're gonna have a live BAF viewing of this fucking blog. Ryu. HP plus AK to use Isshin, technique that counters the opponent's attacks. Counter everything except throws. The opponent will be vulnerable to additional attacks. Great opportunity to deal major damage. What is this like? This is like something. I guess it's just a parry, really, isn't it? There's nothing super fancy about it. It's like Cap. It's like Cap. It's Cap's shield. If you hit him at all, he'll fucking shock you. But it's throwable. Suddenly fires a ball of energy from both their hands. Fire another. There's two. For Kikosho, after V-trigger activation, hold down the buttons, and Kikosho will guarantee guard break properties. Neat. I wonder if that means she charges it longer, or she like holds it out longer. She probably charges it longer. It says hold down the buttons. We don't have much details on this. Mustel dash. Nash quickly moves towards his opponent. Press punch for Justice Corridor, strong overhead punch, or kick for Justice Shell, a kick that launches the opponent. So you have an overhead, and you have a launcher, and you have to choose between them. Back for a quick stop. Cancel on hit or block. So it's a very... that looks pretty good, to be honest. We don't know how many stealth dashes he gets, though. It could be 1, it could be 2. It could be as long as he's got his meter left. And Bison gets a Psycho Crusher finally. Press hard punch plus hard kick to perform a Psycho Crusher. Gains a Psycho Charge. Press reverse half circle, I guess that's a half circle back, plus kick to perform a command throw that infuses the opponent. So he got a command grab. Tits. That's all I gotta say. Bison with a command grab is the scariest thing in the whole game. These are all looking super good. Every single one I've read so far looks like a better than V-Trigger one. If the opponent has been hit by Psycho Charge, the Psycho Power infused into them will explode in a set period of time. If the Psycho Charge was successful, the infusion can also be detonated with just Psycho Judgment, forward to back, plus kick at your own discretion. So you can just pop them at any time. You just have a special move that just like instantly like finds where they are and just bleh. You got a bomb on your opponent, you can detonate it with a special move motion. That's pretty cool. That might not be better than his So he gets a new special move in addition to getting the Psycho Crusher. Is that what I'm reading? That's kind of cool. Press hard punch plus hard kick for Delta Ambush, where Kimmy flies towards your opponent. Press forward plus it to do Delta Step, a quick forward dash. I like this. I like this idea of having like several different attacks built into a V-trigger. So yeah, she gets she can cancel into this, presumably from everything, since every single attack she has is like V-trigger cancelable. And she can cancel this dash into anything. That's not insane, because the optimal stuff you're going to do is probably just like stand strong, stand fierce, dash cancel towards roundhouse low strong. And it would be nice to be able to do that, but it doesn't sound broken. Press kick during Delta Ambush for the downward kick move reverse edge, or press punch for the command throw Delta Twist. So it's like a V-trigger version. It's like a super version basically of her. These are all looking like supers. It's like a super version of her Killer Bee combination, whatever, hooligan combination. Birdie time. So it's enjoy time, and now we got birdie time. Hard punch plus hard kick to perform a new chain attack. Bull swing is a high chain attack that allows for follow-up attacks, while bull capture is a low hitting chain. What does that mean? Is it saying like low and overhead? Low hitting chain that attacks targets the opponent's feet. All directions for which one you want. Flames from his mouth have a hitbox, and on hit, the opponent can be hit with an additional attack. So that's exactly like V-Trigger 1. Loading bull capture can interact with objects, but he throws on the ground. I think I heard people saying that, but I haven't seen it yet. Shinryuken! These are all just taken from supers. Yo, Kelly looking nuts down there. Rapidly push punch to change the properties of the move. So does that mean more hits? Because that's how Shinryuken usually works. The landing recovery of the max strength version from rapid button presses can be special move cancelled. Very powerful combos. Has he had that before? I feel like I remember that. Maybe I'm just fucking up. But I feel like... No, maybe I'm just thinking of light DP stuff. Light DP into other stuff. So I wonder if Ken can do, like, special moves into this. I wonder if he can do, like, DP into Shinryuken. Clouded Mirror. A special move Nikeli gains after activating his V-trigger. Range attack where Nikeli jumps at his opponent with a strike. Hold down the buttons to greatly increase the move strength. Nikeli can juggle the opponent after the max strength version hits. Quite a bit of startup used together with culminated power to avoid having the opponent take advantage of the startup. What's culminated power? Yeah, I guess Shinshoryu Ryu. While active, press hard punch plus hard kick to perform Flash Arch Rosa, which will counter the opponent's attack or perform a counter attack independently with Flash Arch Granate. So Vega gets a counter, which is probably the best thing Vega could possibly get. Oh shit, Fighting Herds has a release date? Tight. They will counter attack, kicking the opponent up into the air, leaving them vulnerable. So he gets a counter that leads to a juggle. That's kind of tits. I like that. Culminated Vow versus V-skill? How are you supposed to use the V-skill to prevent the opponent from... I don't understand. Maybe you can V-skill into V-trigger since, you know, that should technically work. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, it should work. I don't know, because I think Nikeli can't use V-skill into V-trigger unless it's the target combo version of his V-skill. Upon landing a successful counter, Vega will counterattacking the opponent into the air. Flash Arch Granate is the attack part without the counter. Good for using combos, but keep in mind Flash Arch Granate cannot counter attacks. So he's got like a hit that you can end combos with, and you've got like a counter that leads to a launch. Interesting. Steel Chair, I saw this one. Nadeshiko will run out from behind Mika and throw a steel chair at the opponent. Hold down the buttons for Fightin' Dirty, where Nadeshiko will run out behind the opponent and take 2 swings at them with the steel chair. So probably the startup is the difference or something like that. Steel chair hits multiple times, making a great tool for combos. So Nadeshiko attacks twice with the steel chair and Fightin' Dirty, used together with Mika's attacks to open up the opponent. So you can lock them down and then, like, mash something. I don't know. Mika doesn't really have an overhead. That looks like Green's parry. Green will be able to use her counter move. Okay, so she gets her parry from Street Fighter Alpha, which is her V reversal in this game. Countering a low attack. Both moves can be cancelled to the recovery of her special moves and V skill. Okay, that's nice. Thanks, Kotek. I do it for the people. Rashid. It's like some kind of little tornado. Moves while active. Press hard punch plus hard kick to perform Haboob. A wind projectile that has different trajectory than his whirlwind shot. Strengthens his kick special moves while active. So that's the tornado, and that's the eagle. Eagle spike. That's cool. Strengthens the forward movement and hit properties of the kick special moves. Increases range and provides other strengthening effects. That means he's going to bounce off farther away. It looks like he's going to have safe eagle spikes regardless of which V-trigger he's got. Increases the jump speed and distance of his front flip and allows Rashid to perform a wall jump after EX eagle spike hits, giving him more options in the neutral game ending combos. That's cool. I'm down with this. I'm down with all this. I'm scared of a faster jump Rashid, to be honest, but you know, we'll see what's all going on. Cossack Muscle changes the properties of Screw Pile Driver and Borscht Dynamite. So the Screw Pile Driver is probably just his SPD, right? Borscht Dynamite, I think, is his um, air SPD. Is that right? Increased damage for both. I'm like picturing Zangief saying Borscht Dynamite, but I can't quite get the mental image. Is Borscht Dynamite the half circle back kick? Is that the running bear? It might be the running bear. I think it's his SPD and his running bear. I'm not sure. Screw Pod Driver can be special move cancelled and will combo. Oh. So, like, stand, like, towards Fierce, low, strong, cancel to SPD and it combos? That's cool. He gets KOF style combos with his grabs. That's pretty nuts. That's actually, like, that's something that he might pick over, V-Trigger 1 if it's not a Fireball matchup. That's actually, like, super good. That's super good. Especially if you can link into it. But even if you can't, even if you can only cancel into it, that's super good. Yoga Sansara. Dawson creates multi-hit orb of fire in front of him. Speed trigger can be performed in the air. Hitting the fire orb with Yoga Flame or Yoga Gale will change its properties. Neat. Hitting the fire orb with Yoga Flame or Yoga Gale will put it in motion. Its trajectory will differ depending on the move used. The orb will keep moving while it's on screen, and its trajectory can be further changed by hitting it again. I don't know what to think. We don't get that much idea of what all is about to happen with this one. I need more deets. Shock stance. Or will be able to perform a dodge maneuver by pressing. Okay, she gets a parry maybe. So she's got a parry into like a grab. Dodges non-throw attacks, so it dodges everything, every attacks, dodges hits. Press forward with medium punch, medium kick during the sway for a forward dash. So you can cancel it to a grab and you can cancel it to her step. This is neat. This is neat. This is some neat stuff. Nishikyu and Ryobenda will be strengthened while active. With an increase in hits in the attack hitbox, this improves Fang's ability to restrict his opponent's movements. I'm not down with this anyway. While active Nikan Kyaku. That's is that the Nikan Kyak? Is that his Coward Crotch follow-up? What is that? Nikan Kyaku. So it's just the sleeves. Nishikyu is the upward fireballs. Ryobenda is the mine. Oh, Nikan Kyaku is probably the dodge, isn't it? Yeah. Giving Fang a way to close the distance and open up. He can already do that from EX Nishikyu, so now he gets it from regular Nishikyu. So that's better anyway. That's actually really cool. If it helps his movement, that's what I would prefer. If it helps his lockdown more accurately. Alex will gain the moves Flying DD. Oh, they did it. 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 They added the Alex moves that were missing. Flying DDT is a moving throw that works against standing opponents. In addition to being surprising mid-range attack, Flying DDT can be cancelled from moves that cause a lot of hit stun, resulting in somewhat long-range combo ability. Okay. So I guess you can combo into it from some normals. But that's still, like, if it doesn't hit crouching opponents, Alex doesn't have, like, force stand anything. So, like, I hope they address this. I don't, maybe Lariat forces stand. I actually don't know. But if on hit, it combos, but it doesn't hit crouching opponents, that's kind of scary. It says canceled from moves that cause a lot of hit stun. So that sounds like it's trying to say that you can do it from chop, I guess, or something. Choke Sleeper can be performed only after Flash Chop on hit or block. Leaves Alex in close to continue his offensive pressure. Trick Sleeper only hits at close range, to be mindful of the range which Flash Chop hits. I don't know what to think. I'll need to see those in action. That doesn't sound super useful. Fuma Shuriken. Throw a giant shuriken at the opponent, which comes back after going off screen. So that's like, I guess it's like Manat's full loop projectile. Who is that like? There's like a lot of MK characters where that's a thing. It's like a Jade ZX boomerang. It's like Cap. It's like Cap. It's like a better Cap. Hard punch plus hard kick for Fuma Shuriken Haku. And you can do back plus it for an angled upwards for anti-air use. Due to the length at which the shuriken is on screen, it serves to limit the opponent's movements. She can continue to combo the opponent on hit, and on block she can use her airborne kunai and Kasumigake, that's the command dash, to confuse the opponent's attempts to block. Hey, that's cool. That's working with all our tools. That's probably not even going to be as good as the bomb at that same scenario. But it's not... That'll be something. I want to see how that all plays out. Guile, Knife Edge. Powered up somersault kick. So we got powered up booms, now we got powered up flash kicks. Create a projectile that will fly towards the opponent. It'll be on screen at the same time as Sonic Boom. Oh, it can be on screen at the same time as Sonic Boom and Sonic Cross. So Sonic Cross is the V-skill follow-up. Guile will perform 2 iterations of kicks from his EX somersault. EX doesn't have the projectile like the normal version does, but is good for using combos and counterattacks. You kill her if it misses. There aren't enough attacks that hit you in fighting games. I can only think of like Beautiful Joe's bomb, and like there's a few in Marvel. Beyond that, there's one in this game. There's like a thing that explodes that can hit you. I forget what it is in MVCI. There's probably something in Guilty Gear that can hit you. Doesn't Does Faust have a bomb that can like hit himself or anything like that? Or I think I'm thinking of Shenko. Shenko has a bomb that can hit herself. I don't know if Faust does. I never really thought about it, but that's like the same special move. They just throw shit. I think Faust has a greater variety of things he can throw. With Shenko, it like doesn't really matter what you throw that much. But Faust has a lot of different shit he can pull out. Do you have a clue with Faust? You can't really choose as Shenko. Based on your timing, it can be different things, but it's like an invisible timer. I think. Like, if you throw a thing every, like, so-and-so X frames, it'll always be the same thing. But I forget the number of frames, but it's frame perfect. And there was an infinite with that, actually. Like, there was a... I think both in UMBC and in Darkstalkers, I think. Vampire Savior. If you threw with perfect timing, like you got the just frame every single time, you would repeatedly throw instant dizzy items. So there was like an infinite of repeatedly throwing at the perfect frame and repeatedly throwing an item that dizzied and just keeping the opponent in a dizzy loop. It was something like that. It was really stupid. Shinko's neat. Tyrant Pressure. While active, Urian gains a special move, Tyrant Blaze, multi-hit tackle. I knew it, dude! I actually knew it. They were going to style something. They were going to combine Urian Super 1 from Third Strike with Balrog's V-Trigger. They were going to combine those two things. I knew it. Super Armor while charging, and charge changed move properties. While charging Super Armor, absorb an attack, maximum charge Tyrant Blaze will guard break the opponent, put them in juggle state. Okay, I lied. This is basically Alex V-Trigger. This is not even that similar. It is based on a Super 1, but it doesn't seem to be based on Balrog V-Trigger. It seems to be based on Alex's. Feng Shui Engine Beta. So we had Alpha. Failed around there, drains the opponent's EX gauge, taking it for her own. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. The roundhouse kick she performs upon activation has a hitbox and draws the opponent in, giving her a good opportunity to absorb the opponent's gauge. That sounds like it gives you a mix-up, and it puts you in it steals meter. Gives absorption effect as paused while Jory performs a throw, and while she's midair. So this is basically like Sims Fire, but with meter. And it's while you're close instead of while you're in the mixer. I hope it's still stealing while you're getting comboed, because that's pretty tits if it is. If Jerry can drain your meter while you're punching her. While active, press hard punch plus hard kick for command throw B3. What the fuck does that mean? If Balrog is having trouble opening his opponent, so if he just gets a command grab, it's just Dirty Bull. B3. What the hell does B3 mean? It's the name of the move. Deals high amount of stun. So the opponent already has a lot of stun built up. So this is just Dirty Bull. Okay? Balrog's V-trigger is Dirty Bull. He can probably do crush counters and then dash in and combo it like that. Balrog, Balrog is not really lacking for a mix-up in this game, is he? Compared to Street Fighter 4. His overhead is kind of good. It's not like amazing, but it's good enough. It's better than a lot of characters. Having like that overhead, having an overhead you can cancel into. His frame taps are solid as fuck too. Some of the best frame taps in the whole game. I don't see that seeing much use over V-Trigger 1. Link together powerful attacks using V-Timer instead of EX gauge. Grounded, hard punch, and hard kick attacks. Each of his special moves can be cancelled into EX. So that's M. Bison, I guess. Specials into EX specials. That's probably like M. Bison. Colleen, while active, Colleen punch attacks and Hailstorm will be strengthened. She has a forward dash where we slide across the floor on a sheet of ice. She should have always said that. She can also perform Frost Edge. Colleen's attacks will be given dash properties, similar to medium vanity step. Very cool. She can perform a high-speed Frost Edge from her forward dash. So that's, what the hell is this? Reverse Javelin, which will freeze the opponent and prevent them from... Is this like Zeku? Given dash properties similar to medium vanity step. That sounds a bit like Zeku. High speed Frost Edge from her forward dash, and if it hits, press hard punch plus hard kick for reverse javelin, which will freeze the opponent and prevent them from recovering stun meter. Huh. Well. Enhanced Snatcher. While active, press hard punch plus hard kick to perform an enhanced version of the Psycho Snatcher, the Ultra Snatcher. Use the directional buttons to change between ground and anti-air versions. So this is like his V skill, but better. He'll fly towards the opponent with a strike. On hit, he'll be able to combo, and on block, he will be at advantage. So that's like it's just like probably like an instantly charging V skill, but it leads to a combo. Anti-air can be used as anti-air in juggles. So this is just a better version of his V skill, from what I'm reading. That's probably already better than his V trigger 1. That sounds pretty good. It says while active, so it's going to be an activate one. Hybrid charge. While active, Abigail will be able to use the powerful tackle Metro Crash by pressing hard punch plus hard kick. It can be strengthened to a second level by holding down the buttons. You'll have hyper armor while charging. The charge will be vulnerable to throws and critical arts. Maximum charge Metro Crash will guard break. Abigail keeps his hyper armor even while moving forward. What is this like? It depends on whether it's safe or not. If it's not safe, then it sounds like Alex, but worse. And if it is safe, then it's like... who is that like? I guess it's like Abigail. It's like Abigail V-Trigger 1. Except movement. It's like charging Stand Fierce, but he moves. Prophecy of Thought. Surrounds Minot with 6 soul power energy orbs. Use Judgment of Thought to fire them all at once. She get new set of orbs by pressing. So she's got like a thing that just fires all of the orbs, and she can do it twice. So it's probably going to be something like Bomb in terms of like how you actually get it and use it. Well, maybe not Bomb per se, because Bomb is just a single button press to get the bomb out. This seems like it's going to be double button presses. So, but one time to ready, second time to fire, and you can do it twice. Use reverse quarter circle different punch buttons to change the orb trajectory. Neat. Both old and young Zeku share the same B trigger. Upon activation, Zeku moves forward with a launcher kick. If it connects, Zeku will switch identities and continue attacking. Priority against all non-grounded strike attacks. So it's a very good... What the hell does that mean, non-grounded? Highly functional as a counterattack, but what if they are grounded? That makes it sound like it's a really good anti-air. Use the directional buttons to determine which side Zeku will land on. That's like his V skill. And it's also like his V skill that he changes forms. Allowing him to switch sides with the opponent. Every single one of these new V triggers is playable in the PlayStation Experience 2017 and Capcom Cup. If you already own Street Fighter V, all the gameplay related content, including the second V triggers, will be a part of free update on January 16th. Neat. We're getting close. Hey, if it might just be me, but I think it's time for Baf Cup like 10 minutes ago. I gotta take a leak.